Hi, do you often feel fatigued, sluggish, and have a hard time losing weight? If so, you're not alone. I'm Natasha from the Natural Food Pantry here at the office of Dr. Sarah Vadeboncoeur, naturopathic doctor, who's going to talk to us about thyroid health. Thank you for collaborating on this video.
My pleasure.
So let me ask you, many women have a hard time losing weight and try various diets and approaches to weight loss, with the low-carb diet being a very common approach these days. So in your professional opinion, what kind of impact does the low-carb diet have on the thyroid?
Yeah, so I'm generally a fan of lower carb diets, but you do have to be careful to not go too low in terms of your carbohydrate consumption. So especially for women who have a thyroid condition, if you're eating too few carbohydrates, it can actually cause more harm to your thyroid because it can make it harder for your body to activate your thyroid hormone, which is what you need to have good energy and activate your metabolism and allow you to lose weight. So you do have to be careful with a very low carbohydrate diet.
That's great to know. That's really important information. And what about intermittent fasting? That's a really hot topic these days.
Absolutely.
So fasting or skipping breakfast in order to lose weight, what are your thoughts on that?
Again, those can be really great strategies for certain people, but again, for women with thyroid conditions, it may not be your best choice. The thyroid tends to work best with more regular meals as opposed to long periods of fasting. So you do want to be careful because again, you could actually be doing more harm than good with really prolonged periods of fasting if you have a thyroid problem.
Right. So what I'm hearing here is biochemical individuality, right? Everybody's different. You really need to know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
It's best to try these approaches under supervision if you're going to...
Yeah, what I always recommend is to try to work with someone so that you can find an approach that really is tailored for your specific needs and for whatever health conditions you're dealing with, because an individualized approach is really going to be the most beneficial.
I agree.
Yeah.
And as a naturopathic doctor, your goal, I understand that your goal is to really identify and treat an underlying cause of somebody's health issue, right? So when thyroid imbalance is the underlying cause of weight gain, particularly around the midsection, low metabolism, cold hands and feet, depression, mind fog, low libido, fatigue, and there's all kinds of symptoms.
For sure.
How realistic do you feel it is for people to turn that around through nutrition,
right?
Natural choices.
So we have to keep in mind the body wants to be in balance and the body always wants to heal. We just have to create the right conditions, and that's really what I work with people on, is creating the right conditions so that your thyroid can work optimally. So whether you're someone who's newly diagnosed or you've been on thyroid medication for 20 years, there's always things that we can do in terms of your nutrition and your lifestyle to really optimize your thyroid function and your overall health.
The body's incredible, right? I really believe that when you remove the underlying causes of a health issue and do some things to support the healing process, the body can turn itself around.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. And lastly, if you had one piece of advice for our viewers on how to prevent thyroid imbalance, what would it be?
One of my favorite things that most people can easily do for thyroid health is to start consuming more sea vegetables. So in North America, they're not a food that we tend to consume frequently, but getting something like sea snacks or toasted seaweed sheets, which are available at the Natural Food Pantry, is a great way to get some of those thyroid-friendly nutrients like iodine and zinc and selenium into your diet in a really simple and delicious way.
Excellent advice, and they're super easy to incorporate into a diet. Some people like to eat them straight as snacks, or you can put them in your soups and your stews and different types of dishes.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for sharing your time and your knowledge with us today.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
For those of you who would like to learn more about Dr. Sarah Vadeboncoeur's naturopathic practice, you're welcome to visit myottawanaturopath.ca. And if you'd like to learn more about our upcoming events and seminars at the Natural Food Pantry, please visit naturalfoodpantry.ca and subscribe to our email. Thanks for joining us.